So another first. I never would have expected that I would be sitting on the floor of my apartment with a hopscotch board in my background recording a video. So, we're all doing new things lately. So this is Dawn, and today I thought that we might spend a few minutes talking about the 10 Commandments. And I chose that because most of our classes in this month-long period we're supposed to be talking about the 10 Commandments or one way or another. And so here's just a brief thing to talk about. So the 10 Commandments are a guide to loving God and to loving each other. We can think of them as laws of love, which is weird because usually when we think of laws, we think of things as being restrictive. But really, the 10 Commandments are anything but restrictive. They enable us to be loving, and they actually set us free. So I was thinking about it, and I thought about, I play the clarinet, and so when I was in, fifth grade, I think, I started learning how to play. And if somebody at that point had just handed me a clarinet and said, okay, go on stage and play with this orchestra, I would have been so confused, and it would not have been an enjoyable experience. I wouldn't know how to hold it, how to place my fingers, any of those things. But instead, somebody helped me learn the skills to learn how to play the clarinet. So they taught me how to hold it and where to place my fingers so that a certain note would come out when I breathed into it. They taught me about reading music, about how long notes are value-wise, and then what rests are, so when you don't play. Each of those skills helped me to learn a little bit more and to become more proficient. And so now, if I went on stage and played with an orchestra after practicing for many years, it would be an enjoyable experience. I love to play. I love to sing, all of those things, but you need to know the skills in order to be free enough to play. And it's sort of the same with the 10 Commandments. We practice them our whole lives, and we learn how to use them. And yeah, we make some mistakes sometimes, and just like in music, if you make a mistake, you have to start again and try again and keep working at it. But thankfully, we have a loving and merciful God that says, it's okay, please just come back, let's try it again. I want you to be free to be loving to each other and of me. And so that's my little reflection on the 10 Commandments. So here's an idea if you're at home with young children and are looking for ways to encourage learning, but also to maybe have some fun and get some energy out. This is 10 Commandment hopscotch. And so I just took some craft tape, or if you have painter's tape or masking tape, and just made a hopscotch board on the ground. And then in each of the squares, I just wrote out one of the 10 Commandments. So this one is love God with all your heart. And so each of the 10 are labeled in there. You can take a stuffed animal or something to throw on the square. The kids hop just like regular hopscotch to the square. They can read, or if they can't read it, then somebody can help them read it. And then they have to tell you one way in which they can live out that commandment. So how do they love God with their whole heart, or whichever the commandments are. These are kids' versions of the commandments, and so it just makes it a little more friendly. I'll paste a link to some documents with them in it so that you'll have immediate access. You don't have to come up with them yourself. So that's one way you can do it, to talk about with little children. You can make a mobile with the 10 Commandments, have everybody in your family take one commandment and then pull out of magazines, cut out pictures or draw pictures yourselves of what the commandment means. Just how do you live it out? This is really what it's about. How do you live out these commandments? And then just as another random thing, you could rent the movie The 10 Commandments. I think you can rent that on Amazon Prime, and so if you're looking for something to watch, you can pull out Charlton Heston and have a great movie night. If you're in our Faith Formation program, we'll be sending an email this week with some of these links, more specific details, and some ways that you can reflect on the 10 Commandments and how you live them out in your own life. And I think that's all for now. Have a good day.